Welcome back to the Coffee Shop AU, a show where we grab our favorite drinks and talk about queer things. We are officially starting our second season. I am so excited. For those of you joining us for the first time, I'm Jay. I'm trans, non-binary, super queer, neurodivergent, Korean, and a third culture kid. My pronouns are they, them, and I believe that queer folks like me deserve more safe spaces to tell our stories our own way. Last season, which was also our first season, our conversations on the Coffee Shop AU mainly centered around the personal lives and queer journeys of the many amazing guests who were gracious enough to share their stories with us. This season, we are going to be talking about different topics, some of which are specific to the queer community and others that are more inclusive of the world at large, starting from medical transition for trans folks to TV shows to relationships, work, family, heartbreaks, crushes, and all the things that make life a challenge and an adventure all at the same time, especially for folks like us that don't fit neatly into pre-made boxes that society's assembled and laid out for everyone. Except that last word comes with a big glowing asterisk attached. So that is one of the changes that's taking place in this new season. There are also going to be some changes to the show's episode format as well. Rather than having one very long episode published every week, we are now going to alternate between general release episodes, which will be shorter form at around 30 to 45 minutes, and subscribers exclusive episodes that are longer, with more laughs and tears and even some dirty talk thrown in there. There will be swearing, there will be discussions of filthy, sweaty, adult stuff that we've all been dying to talk more about but couldn't last season due to wanting to keep this show mostly PG. We'll also have bonus content for subscribers every month, featuring even more conversations around anything and everything our neurodivergent brains can come up with. Some behind-the-scenes chats with our guests, as well as the occasional blooper reel. And in general, slightly more freeform episodes where we get to try things out. Like reading from fanfiction stories written by Danny, for example. We're gonna have a lot of Danny in this season, so buckle in for all of that. Just all of it. Lastly but not leastly, we are going to open up our channels for topic suggestions from you, our listeners. So whatever you want to hear us discuss, let us know, and we'll make it happen. You can send your suggestions in writing or as voice notes, and you can reach us through DMs on Instagram at the_coffeeshop_AU. You can also email us. Our address is hi@thecoffeeshopau.com. So write to us, DM us, sing at us, send us experimental spoken word poetry you wrote after a glass of Merlot last Friday night if you feel like it, because we're always looking forward to hearing from you. Now, onto some of the more personal changes. If you've listened to all of Season 1, you know we've taken a break over the summer. And over the summer, a few major things have happened, at least in my life. I had top surgery. My brother and my sister-in-law had a baby, so I became a pibling, which apparently is a gender-neutral term for your parent's sibling. I also took part in some group art exhibitions, gave my first artist talk on a photography project I began a few months ago, and in the process got to meet some really cool new people from different places in the world, including, you guessed it, new awesome queer people. So of course, I had to invite them onto the show, and I'm going to be introducing you to them in just a minute. But before I do that, I'd also like to catch you up on what our previous guests from Season 1 have been up to over the break, how they've been, if any changes have taken place in their lives since we last talked, and if so, what are they? Now, I sent out these questions to the guests a couple of months ago when summer was in full swing. So even though you're going to be listening to this episode in October, there is going to be some summer talk in the present tense. Okay? Okay. So, in their own words, here are our guests and their updates between the seasons of the Coffee Shop AU.
Hi Jay, this is Mo. Updates. I'm in a very deeply romantic relationship with my aircon. Ooh, because it's Korean summer and I'm just too hot. Oh my god, anyways, yes, me and my aircon are having a fabulous summer together. Can't get enough. Let's see, nothing really exciting is going on except like summer is happy and fun all the time at the beach. I'm hyper fixated on cucumbers right now and planning my parents' visit to Korea in September, which is gonna be wild. They're really fun people, so we're gonna have fun. Oh, finally, after years of waiting, Jay and Danny and my parents will finally meet. Wahoo! Yeah, after my parents asking about you every week for years, finally we'll meet in the flesh. It'll be amazing. We're gonna group hug and drink alcohol. Yay! My mom is a big flasher. She loves flashing. So yes, there's gonna be a lot of flashing in the space, if everyone's okay with that. But usually, honestly, she just does it. She doesn't always ask if it's okay. So be prepared. Yes, and the cucumbers. There's this guy on TikTok that I've been watching who just makes cucumbers in all these different ways, and I don't have all those ingredients, so I just make them with whatever sauce and random stuff I have all the time. Probably in a week I'll be sick of them and can't eat them for a year, but that's just how it goes. Yeah, I'll just eat them every day for a long time.
Hey Jay and the Coffee Shop AU listeners, RV here. And yeah, my updates, how have I been since my first episode? Pretty good, honestly. I've been doing pretty well, which I'm grateful I can say. I know it's a privilege to be able to say that. Yeah, still here in beautiful Grand Cayman Islands in the Caribbean. Still enjoying my life here, still very grateful for my life here and my job and the career I have here. It's really exciting. I got to travel quite a bit with my job. I got to visit New York for the first time with my job this year, and that was really exciting. I love New York. I know people have their feelings about the city, but honestly, I vibe with New York. I don't know if it's because I have been a Londoner for so long, but I really vibe with the city, and I will be going back. But yeah, speaking of London, though, I got to go back in the spring and visit my family and friends over there. And then also while I was there, I hopped over to Amsterdam to see my friends there. And that trip was incredible. It was so healing. Like, I needed that so much since moving away from London last summer. Getting to go back so soon in the spring this year was great, and I needed it. And I'm really grateful I got to do that for myself. And yeah, I also took myself over to Chicago for a birthday trip this summer and got to catch up and hang out with a really good friend over there and see the city for the first time, and also a city that I love and I will be going back for sure. I know I was supposed to be traveling to Korea this year, this fall. I know that's what I said in the last episode, my first episode, but I've just postponed that because, like, with work travel and just a lot of other priorities that came up for the rest of the year, I've had to postpone the trip, but I'm very confident, touch wood, for next year. But once I have those dates locked in and those tickets booked, I will make that announcement in one of the future episodes to be like, yep, I'm coming back to Korea, and I'm so excited to see Jay and all my friends over there, and also hopefully meet with some of the incredible people who have been on this podcast. And yeah, hopefully get to connect with the community over there. So yeah, I'm looking forward to all of that, and just, you know, for what's to come for the rest of the year and the year ahead next year. But yeah, what else was there? Oh, I went to my first Pride. How could I miss that? I went to my first Pride this year, and that was so nice. It was here in Grand Cayman, tiny little parade on this tiny island in the middle of the Caribbean Sea, and there was a nice little after party at a waterfront seaside restaurant and bar, which was really fun. And I just felt that was also healing. I feel like that was a very healing experience for me, and I'm just so grateful that I got to go to my first Pride and just be and to be a part of community here. And it was just nice to see us all out here together as one. Like, we don't really get many opportunities to do that, and it's not often we get to see each other out in the wild like that. So that was really nice. That was something that happened recently that was a really happy moment for me. I'm really excited for this new season. I'm so excited to hear everyone else's updates and how they've all been doing, and all the new episodes to come out with everybody. I'm really just so excited to be a part of this, and yeah, looking forward to catching up more and meeting some really, really cool people over the rest of this year and next year, and yeah, lots of good stuff. That's it for me. Signing off. Bye.
Hi, this is Embers, and I have to say, so much has happened since I was last here at the coffee shop AU. It has been about 9 months since Jay and I recorded that episode, and it's not been an easy 9 months. A lot of that time has been really rough, and some of the lowest moments for me. It's not all been bad, but I did go through some pretty hard times. I was at my lowest point financially for several months, and that impacted my life negatively in many ways. There were many times that I couldn't pay for all my meds, public transportation fees, or even decent food. I largely got through that time by spending as little as possible and relying on support from friends. Much of that is an ongoing struggle. I'm at a better point now financially, mentally, and physically. I've been taking steps to get back to a more stable living condition, but I'm still not in a great place. The positives that I can list include friends who have stuck with me, who listened and supported me in various ways, including some who have given to me financially or let me stay at their places when I needed it. My amazing daughter, as always, is the brightest point in my life. And whenever we can spend time together or talk on the phone, it's always the best. I always wish that we could have more time together, or even that the situation was different, and that her mom and I could live together, but I tried that and it just was not possible, and it just got worse and worse, so it's not something that I can do. I've been exploring the Busan kink scene. That's been a very good time. I went to some local bars, and I've made some great connections at those places. I've had so many amazing experiences. I experienced suspension for the first time. I got tied up by a famous rigger who came from Japan. That was the first person to suspend me. I do go to bars and I do socialize, but I don't drink anymore. Since last December, I quit drinking for type 1 diabetic health reasons, and that's made my blood sugar much more level and more stable. I also went to what is called in Korea the Seoul Queer Cultural Festival, and that was my second time, and I spent time with friends there, made new friends, had some really great experiences, and was really amazed by everything that I could see there. The biggest positive thing for me that I can mention, and the final positive note, is that I've had some good dating experiences in the last year, along with my kink exploration. And as of about 2 months ago, I'm in an ethically non-monogamous relationship. My new non-binary boyfriend doesn't live nearby. It's a long-distance relationship. But we made a big switch from an over 4-year friendship after they admitted that they have had a crush on me for a long time. And we have plans to meet up in person very soon. The new relationship energy is just really intense, and they're very understanding and supportive. They've seen me through some of my worst times, and they know all about what has happened in my life since I've been out and since I've been transitioning. So I really appreciate them. They saw me through transition. They saw the stress from my ex. They know a lot of that and still want to be with me, so I'm really happy about that. I'm happy to be living my life, connecting with amazing friends, exploring new interests, and improving my physical and mental health to the point where there's so much more that is possible. I do wish money wasn't such a constant stressor and obstacle, keeping me from even doing some of the small things, let alone the big steps that I feel I need in the future. I'm still moving forward, and I've taken steps to bring me back from one of my lowest points, and each one of those steps is progress. I'm still here and moving forward. I'm glad to be back at the Coffee Shop AU to share more of my journey with you.
Hello, this is Leah. Here's my updates from the last time we recorded. I finished my 3rd year in midwifery school. I passed. I didn't have to do any retake of the exams, so I'm quite happy. I did placement in different regions in France, which was really interesting because some things do differ, and I grew up a lot. I learned a lot. And I had a month off where I got to enjoy family and friends and just rest and do nothing. Like, it was incredible just waking up, and what I had to do through my day was like wonder what I would eat and when I would take a nap and what I would like to watch or do. So it was so nice. And just enjoying my friends because I've been out of town for a long time because of placements. And taking care of my plants, make sure they don't get too much heat, and also they still get some daylight. My pepper plant is giving a lot of flowers, so I'm really happy. So many flowers. I don't think there's gonna be any pepper yet coming out of it. Maybe I need to put it maybe in a bigger pot. I don't know. And now I have a month left, and I decided to work in a clinic as no idea how you say that in English, taking care of the babies while the parents is recovering from giving birth to them, basically, and teaching and accompanying, taking care of the parents as they're learning how to take care of their baby and how to be parents. And so it means also, how do you say, helping them along breastfeeding, which isn't easy for most parents, honestly. So it's not as medical as midwifery. It's more about human connection and giving support around baby care. Yeah, basically baby being between 0 days up to 4 days. I've been going to the gym. I've given up CrossFit because it's too far away. So I'm enjoying the gym, and yeah, not much to say, honestly. Quiet life, study life, basically. And I'm trying to keep a healthy mind. I'm actually working on stopping antidepressants with my therapist. So I just realized so far I've just been crying more, watching films and reading books. I forgot I can cry that easily. Besides the fact I'm crying more watching media, it's going fine, kind of. So let's see how it is once I'm back in school, where it's way more stressful. But so far, not there yet. And TV show. I've discovered Heart Signal, the Chinese version, 1 season, because actually one couple got married. So I got very into it. I didn't want to know who got married so that I could still enjoy and see is it them? Is it them? It was very fun. So yes, hope you got everything you wanted. I hope it makes sense. I haven't spoken English in a while. So yeah, let me know if you need more information about my updates.
Hi, this is Zara, and I am here with my update. Honestly, I don't think I have anything very major to share at this point. I have been chugging along since we last saw each other, heard each other, I guess, technically. And yeah, no major updates. I am nursing a sprained knee, so that's something that's going on with me, that my energy and focus is going towards trying to get my sprained knee healed as properly as possible, and making sure that I don't have to have long-term physical therapy, which is an interesting conundrum because I don't have health insurance. Very American of me, I know. So I can't really afford a lot of great medical care that maybe people in other countries or people who have jobs that offer affordable health insurance do. So that's probably my major current update at this point in time. Since I last left you, I've been doing some more exploring, growing, going to friends' weddings, which feels great. It's nice to see people in love. All of the weddings I've been to so far this year have been queer. The wedding coming up is also another queer wedding. So I'm just so thrilled to just see my friends choosing each other, choosing themselves, even though it has been hard for many of them. It's a very important and exciting moment for them and for all of us, to be able to share it with them. And as far as personal growth and non-major events, I have been exploring the ace side of my sexuality, whether or not I am on the ace spectrum, how I identify with that. I've just been thinking about that a lot more since we left off, and trying to do some more exploring of talking to other ace people, reading things, and seeing what folks have had to say about their own journeys. And much of it has resonated, and not all of it has resonated. And of course that won't, because we're all individuals and different things will resonate with different people. And also just focused on the US elections. Right now is a very hectic time, and without getting too political, it's just been a lot of stress and a lot of dealing with a lot of BS. So you can keep that in there, you can cut that out, but that's another thing that I have been dealing with and focusing on, as well as trying my best to continue to organize for Palestine. And unfortunately, I was hoping that this would not be something that I would be providing in my updates so many months later, but of course it is. And that's really where most of my energy is going to. Yeah, thanks.
Hi Jay and the Coffee Shop AU. I'm Haeyoung from South Korea. Korea having a very hot summer. Summer is my favorite season, but I don't know if I can still like summer if it continues to be this hot. I hope you're all getting through the summer well. Me and my wife had a vacation in America this summer and came back not that long ago. We had a great time for about a month and a half, but when we came back to Korea, we both got COVID-19. Unfortunately, my wife Sherry is still sick, so I'm recording this alone, but she really want to say hello to everybody for her. This summer vacation was really wonderful. We met many family members and had a great times. Oh, one of Sherry's cousin, she listened to Coffee Shop AU and she really enjoyed it. I was very glad to hear that. Yay! Personally, I thought about life a lot. I've been thinking about how I want to spend my lifetime and what makes me happy, like what makes me truly happy, and how I want to get old, like what kind life I want to have. I'm sure there are some of you who are having a similar thought. And of course, I still don't know the answer, but I don't need all the answer. And I did some fun things too, like new things. I learned how to drive. I have a driver license, but I'm living in Seoul, which is a big city. Seoul have a really good public transportations. So I don't really need to have to drive if I don't want to, which means my driving skills are not good. So I learned how to drive from my father-in-law this time, and he was a really good teacher and it was really fun. Also, sorry, my dog are snoring. Like I have this cute chihuahua. I don't know if you guys can hear the dog snoring. I am very sorry, but I don't want to wake her up, so please understand. And I went to the Rocky Mountains with my wife, and it was really beautiful. I never seen anything like that. We saw some wild animals and everything was so beautiful. On the way to the Rocky Mountain, we stayed overnight at Denver and we went to the lesbian bar, of course. Yay, us! I heard that there are only about 20 lesbian bars left in America. I don't know if it's true. Yeah, I heard that only 20 lesbian bars left in America. We went to one in Denver and the people were very friendly and they had this fun karaoke night and yeah, I had lots of fun. Now I'm back to my regular routine and working hard every day. So I'm a little bit sad my vacation is over. But I'm also, at the same time, I'm very thankful that we got to spend some good vacation. I'm also hoping to see you again in season 2 of Coffee Shop AU soon. Thank you. Bye.
Hi everyone, it's Danny, and I'm so excited to be back for the second season of The Coffee Shop AU. I hope you guys are ready to laugh, cry, and maybe even get a little wet. Since my last episode, I've continued to live in South Korea while teaching English. I visited my first gynecologist here in the country, which was an experience, and even went to my first water bomb festival right here in Busan. I spend my free time going to the beach, hosting karaoke, working on my novel that at this point might never get finished, and meeting up with Jay for plenty of virtual conversations. You'll be surprised to know that my current favorite drink is a Midori Sour, which is green and not blue, and I'm still absolutely obsessed with Avatar: The Last Airbender, much to Jay's dismay. I can't wait to share all of our beautiful, crazy, and chaotic conversations with you guys. I know I had a blast recording them, and you'll have a blast listening to them. See you guys soon with some of my favorite drinks. Stay thirsty.
So, those are the updates. I had to play Dana's message last because why is she so good? She sounds like an actual co-host of the show, a producer of the show, actually. Also, just so you know, we have been doing some episode recordings together over the last month, and her reference to being wet is justified. Yep. But all in good time. Now that we've heard from our original guests from the first season of the show, I'd like to introduce you to a couple of new guests joining us this season. Everyone, meet Roya and Alexei.
Hi, my name is Roya, or if you want to hear it the accurate way, it's Roya, and I am non-binary. My pronouns are they, them. My parents were born and raised in Iran, so I am Irani, but I was born in the Netherlands, raised in England, and currently I am living in Canada. And for anyone listening, or for anyone recording the episodes, I just hope that we all have fun and we can participate in and create this safe space together. Thank you!
Hello, my name is Alexei Ungurenașu. I am a non-binary Romanian-Canadian writer. My pronouns are they, them, and I was born in Romania. But when I was 12, I moved with my parents to Canada, where I lived in Toronto and then Windsor, Ontario for university. And currently I am teaching and living in Gangwon-do, here in Korea, and I'm excited to share my experience as a Romanian immigrant in Canada, as well as the strange combination of being Romanian and Canadian here in Korea, as well as talk about my experiences being queer and non-binary within that international, intercultural context. So I'm glad to be here.
Yay! Third culture kids who are also non-binary and queer. At long last, we are finding one another. It's actually a really cool story of how I met Roya and Alexei. It was through an art exhibition I took part in this summer. As part of the show, there was a performance evening one weekend. And before the performances began, Roya and Alexei happened to sit down next to me in the audience. We were saying hi, making small talk, And then Alexei asked what my pronouns were, and subsequently, we all got to find out that we are, all three of us, non-binary. It was magical. And that's what this season of the Coffee Shop AU is all about. It's about finding joy in each other's company, and finding that as much as we are different and come from different places in the world and in life, we also have so many pretty important things in common. And when we connect through stories and experiences, we can begin to see how just by existing, we make this world a better place for one another. Beginning season 1, I talked about how I want the Coffee Shop AU to be a safe space for queer folks who are at various intersections of identities. And through having one-on-one conversations with our guests, we formed a bubble. A place to be honest about our lived experiences, including all the hard parts and the beautiful parts, and of course the silly parts too. And in season 2, we are growing our bubble so that more folks can feel safer by listening to more people's stories that come together and form new relationships and find more love to be shared in all our varied and fantastic differences. I am so excited to begin this new season with everyone, and I'm endlessly grateful to all my guests and listeners who are part of this journey. Getting to have the conversations that we do, and then getting to make a show out of it, really brings a lot into my life, and I hope that it does for you too. So, here's to another season of the Coffee Shop AU. Grab your favorite drink, find a comfortable spot, and tune in. We'll meet you back here soon. Bye.